Hello, new media. This is Mr. Miguel again, and this is how to produce your film. So, when you are ready to produce your film, what you want to do is click on this corner icon. It's the share icon. Now, before you do that, though, you want to do a couple of things just to make sure that your video is intact. First of all, you want to make sure that you have your three interviewees. You have position music. You have your lower thirds, and that you framed everything correctly. One of the other things is to make sure that you do not have any gray space holders on your timeline, because if you notice here, the my makeshift interview, imaginary interview is 30 seconds long, but with these gray blocks, these space savers, it is actually 40 seconds. So your limit being 2 minutes, it may end up being longer if you don't remove these things. So the easiest way to do that is to notice if on this middle timeline, this part of the timeline, there are two gray boxes, and you're able to see that because you can draw a box around it and it will highlight yellow, so you can delete that. You want to move this arrowhead, I call this the arrowhead up here, by bringing it all the way to the left. Okay. If it's over here, what you can easily do is click on the left side of the timeline, this empty space, and it will bring the arrowhead over to the left. Okay. You want to make sure that nothing else is highlighted, because if, for example, this is highlighted and you bring this all the way to the beginning and you reduce it, the only thing that's going to be produced is this highlighted area. So easiest way to do it, to get rid of it, is just to click a few times on the left side. Okay, so now you want to go to this icon on the top right. Okay, and you want to create a master file. You're not going straight to YouTube. Okay, you want to create a master file because you want to have a hard copy of your piece, so that if it does get turned off or interrupted when it's uploading onto YouTube, you still have the actual piece and you don't have to start all over again. Okay, so once you click that, you're going to change the name of your project, if it's not already done so, to the unique interview that you are doing. So if you're interviewing the football players, if you're interviewing Calliope members, if you're interviewing the freshmen, that's the name of your project. It should not be entitled Project, nor should it be Interview. So this is going to be Thunderbird. Okay, in addition to that, you're going to add on your period number. Okay, so let's use period 6, or actually period 5, and the computer 1. Okay, and you're going to use your computer. Okay, don't worry about the description, but I do want you to click on settings. Okay, settings is important because if you notice that your file down here is bigger than a kilobyte, okay, or a gigabyte, I'm sorry, you need to change the video codec, or you need to make sure that the video codec is H.264. It's none of these. Okay, you want to make sure that it is H.264. All right, you can just glance at that. All right, and then click on next. And when you get to next, it should save as whatever your file name is, with the period number and computer number, and it should save onto the desktop. Okay, if it's not on the desktop and is in movies, you might get downgraded. Leave it on the desktop or change it to the desktop, because when I go around to the computers, that is the one thing that I look for when I know that new media is uploading or should have uploaded at the end of the day. I look around on all the computers. I have a check pad and check off all the computers that have a piece done in that, for that period 6, 7, and 9. And if yours is missing because it is in a movie folder or wherever it is, you'll be downgraded for it being late. I'm not going to search for anyone's piece. So save it onto the desktop and click save. Now when you are done, okay, you want to make sure that you leave this alone. Everyone's interview shouldn't take too long to produce. Okay, you'll notice that this circle up here is hollow, and it will slowly fill up or quickly fill up. All right, and that means that it is done. All right, you want to make sure that you do not replay this or edit or do anything else, because it'll slow down the whole process. In the meantime, what you are going to do is research PSAs. Okay, PSAs are public service announcements. The best way to do that is click on F3, open up a new desktop, okay, and then open up, and you can research in the meantime, okay, without disturbing your Final Cut upload. Go to YouTube and go to Thunderbird Television, and you can look up PSAs there. Remember that PSAs, or know that PSAs are short for public service announcements, and they're usually made to persuade, to do something or not do something, and it is usually emotionally charged or heartfelt, and there is a call to action along with a moving and emotional song. For example, the SPCA adopting injured pets or abused pets or abused animals, and how to donate to them or the cause or to save them. What should happen when your piece is done is a QuickTime pop-up appears, and then a thumbnail of the video appears on the desktop. This is not done. This is done. There's a little thumbnail is a little picture of the actual video. Okay, this is not the video itself. Okay, this means that it's in the middle of being produced. Okay, and like I said, it will produce when this is all done. All right, so happy production.